Welcome back into our studio. As once again, we're sorry about the technical difficulties, but I think we should be good for the rest of today's game. So we have to have you all here on the air on the Corndogs Broadcasting Network, as this is the first time in history where the Crestwood Panthers will take on your Lake County Corndogs. And how the Corndogs will play their defense against these Panthers will go as this for today. Playing left field for the first time this season is Cal Curiel. And center field also for the first time is Donovan Noble. Roman Kuntz is positioned out in right field. Carter Sakamoto will play third base for the first time this season. He's usually behind the plate. Tyler Schultz at short. Colin Small at second. The left-handed Brett Mathies will play first base. And being the battery mate of Rex Stills today is going to be Jaden Deal. The Panthers come into this game at a 9-8 record and 2.5 games out of first place to these Lake County Corndogs. And the Corndogs head into this game 11-5. But the most impressive part about it all is that the Corndogs are 8-0 here at home and just 3-5 on the road. So hopefully the Corndogs can start to turn it around once they do hit the road, as they did win yesterday's game against the American Giants by a final score of 8-3, where the Corndogs had picked up 12 hits in that matchup. And leading off for these Panthers today is Maury Garrett to take on Rex Stills. Rex Stills 1-0 with a .69 ERA. Here's the pitch, and it's fouled straight back. First pitch at 6:59. So we started right on time today, and we're ready to go on this extremely warm Wednesday afternoon. Wind blowing straight in from right field, as we had to deal with the wind conditions throughout the entire beginning. This one's hit out to left field. Curiel going to his left. He's going back. He won't make the play. His cap falls off his head. He's battling with it. Garrett heads up to second base. He'll hold up. Curiel unloads on a throw, blocked by Sakamoto, and it's a leadoff double to start off today's game. It's 89 now. It was at least 95. We're currently in a excessive heat warning, and we're sitting up here in the booth, and we're even sweating a little bit. It's been a warm start to this day, and this week it's not even going to get any better. It's going to be a high of 95 tomorrow as the Corndogs hit the road to Whiting, and then 93 on Thursday. But luckily on Sunday it should be beautiful, as the Corndogs are back home that day on Father's Day. Pena will now come up to the plate with a runner on second base, and he's late on that fastball for strike one.
Yeah, I mentioned the weak contact to start off with Rex Stills. That definitely wasn't some weak contact there from their leadoff hitter, Maury Garrett.
It was a great swing from Garrett. He crushed one in the left center, as the Panthers try to jump on these Corndogs early. And as we mentioned in the pregame show, the Panthers have hit a little bit of a rough stretch, but that's the part about baseball, is that it could be a really long season of ups and downs. And this one's hit out to left field again, so Curiel's going back, and he makes the play. Wow! Cal Curiel battles with the sun and makes the catch just in front of the warning track, robbing Pena of extra bases and keeping Garrett over at second base.
Well, he even slipped on that play on his way out there. You could see him stumble just a bit, but looks like maybe there could be some sun over there in the eyes of the left fielder, but he's able to make the play regardless.
I think that's exactly what's going on with Curiel, because the sun does set in right field on the west field, which is to our right. It always seems to blind everyone on that left side of the infield. So that's going to be Schultz, Sakamoto, and Curiel today. And you see Curiel right there in left field already battling with the sun before the pitch. That one is down low. Ball one to Peter Fusek, who almost won the Northern League Player of the Week, as he had a phenomenal week. At 347 for the week, I believe, and had a lot of extra base hits. Here's the 1-0, and that's a swing and a miss on a fastball, 1-1. That's going to see a lot from Rex Stills today. It's a fastball, breaking ball combination, and then if he needs it, he'll go to the changeup, but mostly fastball and slider. He's looking for his sign from Deal. He's set at the belt, looks at the runner at second. Taking a couple of steps here's the pitch. And once again, Fusek is blown by the fastball, and it's 1-2. Stills is a tall right-handed pitcher from IPFW, Indiana Purdue Fort Wayne. He is a mastodon. And this is his first home start. His other two starts were on the road in Carroll Streams and Hammond. The pitch, foul ball right side. It was hit hard by Fusek, but once again, just late on the fastball from Stills. That fastball just seemed to jump right out of his hand. He really gets down the mound and releases it out front, and he gets right on these hitters really quickly.
The delayed reactions and the late swings also account for some of that weak contact. But we'll see if he goes to anything with a little bit more spin here.
Might go to the breaking ball after the fastball. Here's the pitch. And he does, and that's up and in. That one was close, as you heard the crowd ooh and ah in front of us. And the count will even out at 2-2. As Andy Pappas calling balls and strikes today, Mike Clay, his partner, will be on the bases. Clay's over at shortstop right now. Not playing it, but he's the umpire, so he's positioned there. That's in the dirt. Great pickup by Jalen Deal, making sure that ball stayed in front of him. And after a good battle, Fusick has made it a full count with one out, and the runner at second in Garrett, who led off this ball game today with a double. But we're excited. This is the last team the Corndogs had to play to officially play all 5 teams in the Northern League, which is kind of hard to believe considering we've almost been a month into the season. Payoff pitch. Hit right to Small, who jumps up, makes the grab. They're going to go to the second. It's a double play. Garrett was stuck between a rock and a hard place. He was frozen. Small throws it to Schultz, and that's going to end our inning. A 4-6 double play. Let's go to the bottom of the first with no score and the Corndogs coming up. And since we didn't get to play the full recap, let's play the recap from Sunday's game against the American Giants. Bottom of the first inning, and let's look at the Purdue Federal Credit Union starting lineup. For the Corndogs, going to be Cal Curiel batting leadoff, Donovan Noble batting second. Here's the pitch from Schassberger, and that one's called strike. And that's how Schassberger starts his day. Mathias bats third, playing first base. Roman Kuntz will bat fourth and play right field. Schultz bats fifth. He's out at short today, 0-1. And it's in on the hands and foul, 0-2. Doug Loden would be the designated hitter, batting sixth. Sakamoto in the 7-hole at third base. And then Jaden Deal will bat eighth with Colin Small, who made the fantastic leaping grab, will bat ninth and play, of course, as I mentioned it, second base. Here's the 0-2 from Schassberger, and that's up and away, and our camera is going to move a little bit. That's one of the downsides of putting your camera right behind home plate. And now Noel Ferry is going to go play our MVP and go adjust it when he can. Just happened to go right there. 1-2. And that's ball 2. Great take by Curiel on a fastball from Schassberger, who just bounced off his first hardware on the season. We had a phenomenal start against the Oilmen. Break-even pitch. Down in the dirt, 3-2. Noel Ferry adjusts our camera. A little lopsided, but we'll adjust it later. It's 3-2 to Curiel, who's battling his way back into this lineup. The payoff pitch from Schassberger is a ground ball left side. Is that fair ball? It is. It's going to go down the line. Curiel rounds first. He's heading for second. It's being picked up by Fusick. Fusick having trouble with it. He throws it in. And just as the Panthers started today's game, the Corndogs answer with a leadoff double.
That's about as close as you can get to that being a fair ball. That's one of those bounce to it. When it hit the ground, that it arched around
Yes.
the base and went all the way into the left corner. A great situation.
This is how the Panthers started today's game with a double in the left, but because of Rex Stills settling in, he got an out, and then the Corndogs turned a 4-6 line out into a double play. Here comes Noble, yesterday's Macron player of the game. He was just phenomenal yesterday. He bunts one, but it's going to go foul. Now be strike one. And what else can you say about Donovan Noble's performance yesterday? He was not messing around, as it said on Twitter, and it was true.
No, definitely. It just seemed like everything was working out for him because his game is great in so many ways, but recently it's been the hitting that has struggled for him. But in the last 7 days.
Ball 1-1. In the last 7 days, he's really just turned it around. He went on a little cold streak, but
last 7 days he's batting .368 as opposed to his .317 overall.
Wow. 1-1. That one is outside as the catcher, Aiden Wright, shifts to his right and catches that ball. And Schosberger is just trying to find some answers now. He's taking his time, adjusting the bill of his cap, and he's now ready to go. You know, see the Panthers logo, it's red. It's usually on the website, but it appears that it could be orange now. Swing and a miss from Noble at that slider, 2-2. Would you say that's an orange that's on their uniforms? They're like almost Bears colors, navy and orange.
I would say that looks like a Bears uniform out there.
Yeah. That's what I was kind of interested as one of the players walked in, and it looked orange from up close, and I'm used to it being red. It looks like they're the Cincinnati Reds colors online, and Noble is down reaching for a fastball, and that's the out. Number 1 for Schosberger, and just as he did against those Oilmen, he picks up a strikeout.
Noble really reached for that one, and the other one that he swung at, for strike 2, was also nowhere near the strike zone, so that's a frustrating strikeout for Donovan Noble.
He is facing the red-hot right-hander, and he faces Matthijs. Matthijs loops one into left field. Fusick battling with the sun. He won't find it. It's going to drop over his head. Here comes Curiel. He will score. He jogs in. Matthijs holds up at second, and that's 2 doubles in this inning. And the Corndogs jump out to a 1-0 lead. Thank you, Mother Nature.
Well, and there's, nothing really to be said about that. For one, it's not like the stadium can control anything that has to do with the sun here. And two, it's an even playing field.
Yeah.
The Corndogs have to deal with it, and so do the Panthers.
Yeah, and if you're Justin Schosberger, you got to be a little frustrated, but you have to also know that there's nothing Fusick could have done there. I've been out there and played in these conditions when the sun's setting the way it is. It's a tough task. Sunglasses can only do so much when the sun is right in your eyes. Roman Kuntz will now come up with Matthijs at second. Dune is holding on Matthijs, and there is a foul ball out of play and on the hands of Roman Kuntz. And Roman Kuntz re-enters into the lineup as he tries to bounce back. He's been on a little bit of a cold streak the last 2 games, but that's a great thing about baseball. There's usually a game every day. The pitch, that one is just up and away, and it's now 1-1. As Schosberger fired that one out of the zone. And this is good news for the Corndogs, as it looked as though Rex Stills was really comfortable in the top of the first. It was just that one double pitch, and that one is called strike. It looked like a changeup that painted the outside corner, and it's 1-2. 1-0 is the score. But the Suns already played a factor through the first inning today. Leadoff double because Curiel couldn't find it. Roman Kuntz fouls that one off. Just got a piece of it. It hit off the glove of Wright. We do 1-2 again. But Curiel led off the game, battling the Sun, couldn't make the play, and Maury Garrett hit the double. But he was picked off at second base as Fusick lined out right to Colin Small. And then Garrett was stuck between second and third, and then was picked off for the third out for that double play. The pitch, and the good take there from Kuntz. It was a changeup down low, and it's 2-2. And
The crowd was a little confused there on that last double as Peter Fusick was standing with his glove up in the air. Usually what that means is that he's right underneath the ball. He knows it's coming right to him. But in reality, he was trying to block the sun from his eyes. He had no idea where that ball was.
And that almost gets Kuntz, but somehow is able to swing his legs out of the way. Not sure how he was able to do it. It's 3-2. Had a nice conversation with Roman Kuntz as talking about some of the broadcasters in Chicago, as we both love Adam Amin from the Bulls, the pitch, and that's hit down the right field line, but foul. Great swing from Kuntz, just ahead of it. We'll do a payoff pitch once again as this count has reached its limit.
Here's a fun fact for you. I actually have Adam Amin in my phone.
That's right. I remember you telling me that at the beginning of the season, which has felt so long ago. Payoff pitch, long pause from Schosberger. Here he comes. And Kuntz crushes one into right center field. It's going back. It will drop down in the right center. A third, actually they're going to hold up Kuntz over at first. A second run will score. That's a third hit this inning. And the Corndogs are building their lead. It's 2-0.
Hitting right where they're not, with potentially 3 doubles here. Obviously, Kuntz had to hold up there, so I don't know as a single. But the first one and now this hit, both hit right into the gap. Well, actually, no, that is not true. Cal Curiel was hit to the left. But you know what they say? Hit them where they're not.
Exactly. It doesn't matter how hard you hit it or how soft you hit it. It's just you had positioned it perfectly. And I got ahead of myself. I was thinking that Kuntz was going to drive that ball to the wall, which I think on a normal day he would have, as that one misses the Schultz. But the wind is blowing in straight from right field today. And it's not just some normal wind. They are gusty winds. No one's hair is safe today.
No, not even Tyler Schultz.
No, as it's blowing in the breeze behind his black helmet, most likely for PNW. Here's the pitch to Schultz, and there's a strike. And Schultz is on a 6-game hitting streak right now, where he's 8 for his last 20, so he's batting .400. So the former Northern League Player of the Week to start off this season continues to stay hot. That's the second time he's won an award with 2 different teams. And Schultz skies one into center field. Pena is there. He's positioned. He really hasn't moved, and he will make the play. And there's now 2 outs as Schultz hit that ball hard, just got underneath it, hit it out to center field, and he's the second man retired for Schosberger. And I think you can't talk about Sunday's game without mentioning this man's name. This is Doug Loden, who, Noel, you had the fun of calling both home runs. He hit 2 home runs, had 4 RBIs, walked twice, and got to close out the game.
Yeah, the first one, it was kind of hard to tell that it was going to be a home run for a lot of different reasons, but that second one, as soon as he hit it, he knew it and I knew it.
There's the first pitch, and that's upstairs, 1-0. Yeah, the first one, it was a frozen rope. I think you could have put some clothes on there, some laundry on that rope going into right field. It just got over the wall, and we weren't sure until it cleared, and it didn't help that most of the signs in right field are white, so white baseball blended right in before it went over. Pitch, and that one's above the strike zone, and 2-0. And then the second one, yeah, when you guys check out this clip that Josh Brunette got, you can tell it was a no-doubter. An absolute tape shot from Doug Loden as it cleared the wall by a good, I want to say, about 30 feet. And then, again, 2 walks. He didn't really get much to swing at after that. Loden always puts everything he has. Here's the pitch, and Loden swings over the top of the changeup, and it's 2-1. But it's a good start for the Corndogs. I felt like the last couple of games, the Corndogs have numerous times jumped out to these 2-0 leads.
No, definitely. And that was a topic that we discussed so much, is how much they needed to score earlier on in the games, and they have been able to. And usually when they do, it's a recipe for success.
Foul ball to the left off a pole, and the play is made by Sakamoto in on deck circle. Count is even at 2-2 with 2 outs and a runner on first base, 2-0 Corndogs. Even yesterday, as I wrote in the postgame report, you guys can check it out on corndogsbaseball.com, it only took 2 hitters to score yesterday's first run against the American Giants. Noble singled and then moved up on a pass ball, and then Terry drove him in. 2-2 offering, and that's inside to Loden. Loden communicates over to Kuntz at first base not to go because it was trapped by Aiden Wright, and it's going to be a 3-2 count with 2 outs. And once Schosberger commits to home, Kuntz will be heading off for second base. So Kuntz got to make sure that Schosberger doesn't throw over. Usually pitchers like to do it in this count. He's not going to. Here it comes, and there's a swing and a miss. Loden is down on strikes. Pick up a pair of strikeouts for Schosberger, but also pick up a pair of runs for the Corndogs. They lead it 2-0 going to the second inning. You're watching Corndogs baseball on the Corndogs Broadcasting Network.